Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I have a huge day planned. A lot is not going to be too creative because I'm going to be doing a lot of castings. As you can see, I've got this out for my pressure pot. It is completely full. I have been prepping for this video for like an hour now to see what I can get done. So I'm going to do all of these in clear. This one goes with the actual order I'm filling today, but I wanted it in clear anyway. These are the ones that Denise sent me, and I don't want to hold on to them for like years. So I want to get them all cast so I can make my own molds, send these back to her, and then we can start playing around with colors. So I'm just going to pour all these with clear, throw them in the pressure pot to get the best casting I possibly can, and then we'll unmold those. And then we'll play, like I said, later on with the colors and things. This one is massive. This is the owl. This thing is so deep. I'm pretty sure it's going to flash here and here, but I'm going to try it anyway because that should probably be a deep pour. So I do not recommend this in regular epoxy. Yes, I'm going to do that, but I don't expect it to come out good. So this is another crystal jar we're going to do. That goes with this. This is that little bunny with that X over her mouth, which is a split mold, and then I just taped it. Hopefully it's taped pretty good and you don't see that line. This is a little duck, so we're gonna do the duck, and then this little flower in the pot. So all of that I could fit in one go, and we'll put that in the pressure pot to do. The actual creative one is going to be this huge thing. So this is going to be for Bobby Joe. We just did a beach one for her a couple weeks back. This is going to be another beach themed one, except I'm not going to pour it the same way. This actually goes with it. This is the lid for this centerpiece, but I'm going to do that in clear so you can actually see the colors of this piece that we're going to do. And I pulled out Smurf and Ocean and Enoki. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this. I pulled out Rich Gold for sandy color. So we're going to do the alcohol ink drop in this one today and see how that works. That way all of them, she's using these on her brand new porch, patio, backyard, however you want to call it. They just put in a swimming pool, so they're decorating all of their new environment, put it that way. It's gorgeous. She sent me pictures. So we're going to do this one. We did the other one. We have two more coming up on a mold that I have just ordered from Into Resin. So large trays coming up. So we'll try to do them all a little kind of different, but the same, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to mix up like 24 ounces for this tray set. I don't know how much I need. I want to do this one in food safe resin. That's the Bond Craftor. That way, and this cannot go in the pressure pot. Obviously, it's too big. But I do want it food safe so she could put food in here. So I will do that one separately. So let's start with 24 here. I have a feeling it might not be enough. I could always mix more, but that's not a big deal. This is just going to be the regular Let's Resin epoxy. Brushes in hand and the world is my stage. So the nice thing about this is you don't have to put it through a vacuum chamber because it's going to go in the pressure pot. It'll take care of the bubbles, so I've learned to trust it. Let's hope it doesn't do me bad today. I'm just going to pour them, move them over there, and then top them up over there. I do 6 cycles of that large mixer head. It's 40-second increments, and then it shuts off. So I do 6 cycles all the time. Of course, scrape your sides and bottom. And one thing I will say, make sure when you're pouring this deep in the cup that you wash that shaft off right away and don't let any resin harden on it, because the next time you go to use it, it's not going to turn. And then you got to pry all that resin off of the shaft. And you don't want to mess up your motor. I've done it twice, not messed up the motor, but I have forgotten to clean the shaft and wondered why it wasn't working when I turned it on. Well, that's why it's not working. So I don't do that anymore. All right, so let's do this. I kind of want to know how much these hold, especially this one. And I'm going to pour it first. I've got 24 ounces in here. I don't think there's really any areas for it to get caught in, but I think I'm going to swirl it around to get in those feathers that's everywhere. It's got a beak, of course, in the front. So I'm just going to smash it. And I'm going to just coat the whole thing. That seemed to work yesterday on the unicorn without putting it in the vacuum chamber, because I see it's forming a ton of, well, it's got a lot of bubbles anyway because I didn't put it through the vacuum chamber. So we're going to do that. I just want to know how much this is going to hold for the next time, and if epoxy is going to work. I don't want to fill it all the way up because I do have to carry it. That was, oh, 14. I was right. I guessed 10 and it's 10. What a great guess. 10 ounces. Okay. Let's see. Let's do this one. I hope I have enough. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pour. I think I'm going to do the same thing on all of these. I don't know the molds. I haven't poured them yet. So I think I'm just going to run it around the whole mold. This one's pretty simple. It's in both ears. This way I will have this one ready for the Easter time coming up. But I don't want to fill it all the way up. Like I said, I got to carry it. And that one, it's 12. Oh, that only took about just over 2 ounces it will take when I'm done. Same thing for this one. Let's just coat it all the way around. I don't think these are very like intricate that you have any places to worry about. This one may have like the beak area. I see a bubble popping out of there. Not sure where the beak is on it, but it's in there somewhere. Where did I say? I was at 12 for that one. And where are we now? 10, so just over 2, probably 2.5. I'm going to spritz this. And then where are we at? We're actually at 9.5. This one has such thin walls that it can't possibly take that much, but I am worried about it not getting down all the way in there. This has so many facets in there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it out of here so I can see what I'm doing here. I just want to make sure it's all the way around because it's so thin. I'm just squeezing it into all those facets. And now we'll try to pour it up. I just want to make sure it's in there. This is the one I'm worried about. I don't know. It's so thin. I just don't want the walls touching anything. Let me move this guy over. I don't want it pushing up against another one, making it not giving me a hole, put it that way, in the side. I don't remember where I was, 10.5. Let's see where I'm at now. Although I'm not scraping the sides down. We're at 7.5. So that took 3 ounces. That's how thin it is. Okay, I'm going to move these over to the pressure pot, put some more resin in all of them, and then we'll get the top shelf going and get those filled. Those are all done. What do I have left here? Let me just wipe this down so I can accurately see what I'm doing here. I'm at 7 ounces. All right. I overfilled that little bunny, so that wasn't fun. That one's a little bit of a mess back there. So 7 ounces. Let's see what these hold. This one's got a really thin stem right there in the center that's holding up, so that this one will take extra long to cure. I don't want to completely fill it again. Let's see what we got. We're at 5.5, so that only took 1.5 ounces. I might have some extra here. And then this one's got these thin walls too. I think I'm going to take a dotting tool and get it down in there. This is not going to take much at all. So many bubbles form on those facets. I'm at 4.5. So what was that? 1 ounce? And then this one here. You know what? I want to spritz this one. This one has the smallest little rhinestone edge. And that's where the bubbles will get trapped, if anywhere. And this is the one I mostly want perfect, because it goes with her tray. I'm just going to go through all those little tiny rhinestone area. If it's a bubble, that's good. It will squeeze that bubble. But if there's like that air pocket, it will not squeeze an air pocket. All right, that looks good. I do have some left over. I have 4 ounces left and I don't want to use it. I knew I should have done 20. Man, I had 20 in my head too. And I did 24 anyway. Let me find something I could do with 4 ounces. Obviously, I can't make 4 ounces worth of pendants. I'm going to get this situated and figure it out. Let's do these today. This is the little window set that I unboxed yesterday and her large hole makers. So I think we're going to do this. Let's pour and try out her new powders. I'm going to grab the brush and I want to try, we'll powder it on and we will also put it into the resin. I want to try them all the way. So these are the little rings. So I'm just going to brush these the best that I can. This comes in there. It's a little teeny tiny brush that will fit down in here. And I'm going to just brush these and we will mix it into the resin so we can see what the back looks like with it mixed, and we'll see what the front looks like with it painted on. And these are the mirror pigments in green and red. I'm going to go up a little higher than just the edge because you want them slightly thick that you could do something with them. So these are her 3-in-1 hearts. You can make them solid, which I will do in this one. And you can pour a tray, which I will do in this one. And I'm going to put a hole in that one. And let's do the bottom of this one. We'll paint it red. Make sure your surface is clean before you stick your hole maker on there. The surface of your hole maker and the surface of your molds. Otherwise, it's not going to adhere good. I'm just going to brush this on really quickly because this resin is waiting here. And then I'll do one in green. I'll do the other one in green, but I'll need to get a little bit bigger brush. I'm not going to pour this completely thick, but you don't have to pour it all the way full. I'm going to do just a little bit. That way it could be like a charm or something. We'll make a charm out of it. And this one, they're all dishes. They're all exactly the same, just different sizes. So you don't have to, not one of them is a dish and one of them is that. No, she thinks of everything when she does her stuff. She gives you a template with this. If you want to cut out some films for the back, she's got the best acrylic films. I'm just going to blow out the rest. There's the red. It's beautiful. Where was this during Christmas? I didn't have it. I'm just going to go up a little bit. We don't need a really thick piece here. And then let me just get the red off the best I can. And we're going to do the green. Actually, yeah, I need this small little brush for this one. And we'll paint it all the way around this edge, just like I did the other. It's a little tricky to paint this one, but we're going to do it. It's not impossible. Then I'll try to get a bigger brush and we'll paint the tray in the green. Since we have so much leftover resin, I don't want to use it on the tray, like I said, because I wanted the other one to be food safe, so I don't want to mix the two. I don't know how far can we, oh, we can open this up. Let me flip it over. That's a little easier. I'm just going to go higher up, and then I'll have to clean the mold out because I'm not going to go that high. I just want 2 little rings. And flip it back. There we go. And then rebrush just in case you mess anything up. All right, there's that one. I need a bigger brush to do. I don't want to struggle with that. Let me find something here, something a little fluffier. How about this one? And this one will be the little dish for like rings by your sink. If you take your rings off when you're doing dishes, this is the perfect size. You know what? I'm going to do that too on this one. And I might use my fingers, because if you use your fingers, oh, it's not going to let my finger in here. If you use your fingers to paint it on, then you can use your fingers to flip it back inside out without it messing up your mold and everything you just painted on there, because it's all over your hands. And you don't get brush marks. Look at that. It does look like a mirror, doesn't it? Perfect. It's so much easier to do it with your hands. Let me just get that. I can't tell if it's down in that hole. Nope, it wasn't. And then when you use your fingers to push it back into place, whoop, I didn't use that finger, obviously, to brush it on. So use the fingers you're using to brush on to flip it back over. And I did scratch it up a little bit, so I guess it's not foolproof. Or I used my hands, or I didn't have it. So we might have a couple little spots in here. Let me just look. I'm just going to go back through and try to see where I messed it up right there. And flip it back over without messing it up. Tap everything out of there. So we will mix half, what do we got here? I don't need too much. I want to get some in here, and I will dissolve it like normal. They have these little spouts on here. Let's do that so I don't overdo it. Isn't that cool? Just push a little bit out of the little thing. That's cool. And then we don't need much in the red, so I still might have a little resin left over, and I need to motor on because I want to get it in the vacuum chamber. And I'm sure it's getting warm by now. And a stick. Let's do this. We'll do more of the green. We don't need too much red. I think we need some more. Now that I use my cup, I'm just going to go ahead and squirt it in here and mix really well. little bit of the red, because we're not doing too much, just a little charm, and well, I might as well just do the rest because, let me grab my spatula. I'll do some pendants or something with the rest because I don't know what else to do, or find something. Depends how much I have left over. I don't want to make a million pendants. Although they'd be pretty. We can marble some. Try to get it all out. And then I'm going to have to move it to a different cup because this is too deep in these little cups. It's going to overflow in the vacuum chamber. That is very pretty, except it's not enough. I mean, I guess it is because, but I want you to get the full effect. So let me put some more in. And I dripped in there. Great. A little bit more. It was a little clear. That's better. All right, I'm going to get this in the vacuum chamber and then we'll pour.
Glitz and glitter lighting up the night. Penning in dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye.
Let's pour the red. I'm not going to go too deep. That is beautiful red, you guys. You need something for your holidays, especially Valentine's Day that's coming up. That's a perfect red. I'm just gonna move these aside, spritz that. And then this one I'm just gonna pour the ring around. So I'm gonna have a lot of red left. And she does give you the amounts on her chart, depending on how you're pouring it, how much you're gonna need. And this was next to nothing. Now that's probably too thick that I wanted to do, but move it around there. That's good. So I've got a lot of red left. Let's do the green. That is so pretty. These are perfect Christmas colors. There's one. Need a little more. And these are clear see-through molds too, so if you do UV resin, you can use them. Remove that one. Would have been easier to go around them, but with thick resin, because it's getting warm, it's kind of hard to go around here. I just wanted the smallest little ring. You could use these for like picture frames. I need a little bit more. It's so hard to pour thick resin in a little space. All right, I think I got it. Let me just get a dotting tool. I don't want to mess up the powder. That's it. That's all she wrote. Now I've got some red and some green, too much to do pendants with. I'll have too many pendants. Let me find something to pour this into. This little tray holds 1.5 ounces. I think that's about what I have left. So that's what I'm going to do. I do want to spritz this one. Where is it? I've got everything everywhere. I have so many things going on today. And I think I'm going to just pour it in like that. Give it a little swirl. I'm not sure if it's going to show, but we'll try it. If not, we're making a new color. We'll see what this looks like in a diamond mold. Do I have enough? to fill it up? That's the question. I think I do. I have a whole bunch of pendants I made yesterday off camera with some extras. I poured a cross to finish up Irene's order from yesterday. She had the tree and she wanted a white cross. So I did pour the white cross and I unmolded it this morning. I made some beautiful pendants out of the rest. I colored it purple and then I dripped in black and blue into the purple. I'll show them to you at the end. And I guess I'll just finish her cross on camera. Bobby Jo also wants 2 crosses with her tray order. I'm not sure I do. I don't pour the crosses on camera anymore. I've done them too many times. But I can finish them up and you can see the finished product. And I don't do it because they don't sell the mold anymore. I cannot sell the mold because that is an artist handmade mold and I'm not going to copy that. But everybody's been wanting to order it. Let me just pop these bubbles. And I have so many on order. It's so hard for me to get them done because I want them in the pressure pot. And I can only pour them when the pressure pot is free. So I do want to, I'm trying to keep the orders together that have ordered something with the cross. Look at all this. I still have a massive pour to go. And I don't want to touch that cross right now with these hands. I'll show you the cross later. It's beautiful. It's pearl white. And Bobby Jo wants, I think, pastel purple and a beige colored one. So I got to get her 2 done because it's going to go with this and those Hello Kitties that she wanted. All right, let me set this stuff aside. It's time to get 20, I'm going to do 20 ounces of this in the Bond Crafter resin. I've already cleaned out my cup, so that's ready to go. And then we'll figure out how we're going to do the alcohol drip in there. I've got 20 ounces mixed, debubbled. I'm going to spritz because there's so many facets in this one. Wouldn't it be nice if they made a pressure pot this size and square shaped for these things? All right, what I'm going to do, I've already got my inks mixed, shaken really well, and caps off. I'm going to go for a really small layer, really thin as I can do, because I don't really want a clear layer per se, even though it's kind of going to be clear. I just want the inks to land on something and not the silicone. Okay. The Smurf is the darkest, which is going to be back here. I'm just going to randomly drip. I guess I'm going on here too. And then we're going to go with the Ocean, oops, which is a little bit lighter. I do kind of want them to merge together. Then I'm going to go with a tiny little bit of white, not a lot. Just one line. And then we got the gold for the sand. Is this clogged? Yes, it's always clogged. These metallics always get clogged. So make sure you pop the hole back in there before you use them. I totally forgot about that. I'm going to go with the sand color down here. And then we got to get to pouring. And you can add as you want, which I will do. And I think I'm going to start on the top to get those colors like wet, if you know what I mean. so they're not going to dry, because alcohol does dry quickly. I don't want polka dots, put it that way. I'm just playing it by ear. I'm just going to see what the colors do, and then I may fill in some spots that don't get filled in. I think I'm going to go side to side. That way I'm not pulling my colors down. I do want to break up that metallic, because that metallic is not doing what I want it to do. That's because it was on the silicone and not in the resin. Let me get something else here. Just gonna kind of squish that off of the silicone so it's not like a spot. And I'm going to do that with the white as well. That white is definitely concentrated. All right, now let's fill in a couple spots since we have some resin up here. Do a little bit of white here, just across, and then some sand, golden sand, and then we'll pour it again, side to side, to keep these colors where they should go. Right through that white, see if I could break that up right through those metallics. I mixed up 20. I don't know if we need all 20. Let me just stop there for a minute. I'm going to let it do its thing. Let me spritz this. Get those bubbles gone. Why aren't they popping? That's weird. And then I'll just kind of evaluate and see what we've got. I got some blue right there that I don't like. Get that off. I'm going to kind of manipulate my colors. Get some over there. Let's see here. That looks pretty. I think I want more dark blue, not so much clear. Just going to manipulate it a little bit first. So before I pour the rest on, I think I want a little more white too. And then I'm just going to pour the rest over the drops that I just did. Hopefully it all fits. Just break up that white a little bit, because I don't want white polka dots, that's for sure. Trying to keep it in that spot that I put it in, so I'm not pouring like over it. I'm just kind of breaking it up, if you will. And it took the whole 20. Perfect. I could scrape that, but I don't know if it'll fit in there. I'll have to go from eye level. So let me just manipulate a little bit because I don't like spots. I want it more organic-y. Manipulated organic, if that's a thing. I like the white, I like the gold. Let me keep the white down here though. It may go towards the center. I don't want to mess with that white. I like it a lot. I'm going to go down here because I do see some blotches of color just sitting there. Let's try to bring some of this blue down so they kind of blend, you know what I mean? That's good. All right, let me see, eye level. Oh yeah, I could scrape it. Let me grab a spatula. So I say if you're pouring this and the little tray that's in the pressure pot already, you would need about 22 ounces to be safe. Plenty of space. I don't want it in one spot, so I'm just going to kind of fling it everywhere. I didn't do too bad on the extras. I thought I was going to have like tons because I had no clue how much I needed. All right, let's get a lighter. Pop these bubbles. Well, there'll probably be some on the sides where the facets are, but unfortunately, like I said, there is no pressure pot this big to put something like this in. I don't know what that was, but it looks pretty good. Honestly, I don't see any bubbles, but I could be wrong. I mean, down there in the facets, so. All right, I'm not going to turn the heat mat on today because I'm using the pressure pot, which lets me go a little slower because I can't force the pressure pot to work any faster. So that's about 7 hours. What I do normally do, there's a couple little bubbles right there, is when this is solidified, then I will turn the heat mat on just to make the final curing process go a little bit faster. So that'll be several hours from now. Let me cap these before I forget. Put the wrong one on the wrong one. But I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just going to let it sit here for a little while. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to send a picture to Bobby Joe. Make sure she's happy with it, although I can't really do a lot to change it at this point. So let's check out the comment of the day. And then we got a ton of unmolding to do. Everything is cured and ready to come out. The weirdest thing though, this is the base of the jar. Look at how that cured in there. It was not touching any other of the molds. So either there was too much pressure for this one. I might have to just cast this one on my table because clearly it did not like the pressure pot for some reason. I mean, it's got a hole in it because it's so thin right there and so thick over here. It's coming apart in pieces here. That totally stinks. I've never seen that happen before. Remember, this is the really thin-walled one, so maybe that can't handle the pressure pot. A piece of resin? Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? Isn't that crazy? It would have been nice So I will have to try to cast this on the table, I guess. Let me see if there's, yeah, there's pieces of resin in here. Totally stinks. So that will be a do-over. Here's the lid to it. Hopefully this turned out perfectly fine and I can save the lid. It's been in the pressure pot about 8 hours. So it's not completely cured. And the lid looks really good. I don't know what that is, but I don't think it matters. I will trim these edges. How does this go on, I wonder? Oh, it's going to go like that, upside down, but you could still see the facets, so I'm not too upset about it. It does not go the pretty way up, but you could still see the facets. It's just not as beautiful. So it's going to sit on the lid like that, upside down. Maybe I won't cast this one because I don't really like to make them like that. But that was good to know. I don't know. I'll think about it. I don't know. I don't know if I want a mold of that one. We'll see. Let's see. Oh, here's some things that I told you I would show you. Here's the cross that was cast in the white. So I'm going to fill those words in. Not sure what color. She wants purple butterflies, and I'll color all the rest of it, paint the rest of it. Here's the extras from that one yesterday that I did off camera. Remember I said I made purple, and then I mixed in blue and black. Here's some of them. They came out pretty cool. These ones had the mica powder, because I had a lot of mica powder left, and then I had clear left that I didn't mix up, and that's when I put the purple pigment paste. But the mica powder ones are really pretty. Here's another pretty one. And then the pigment paste ones are really pretty too. So I will put flat back bales on all of these. This one's really nice. Look at that. Anyway, okay. Let's do these first. Hopefully they are cured enough. Now this was just the edge pieces to make the little frames. Let's see the easiest way to get them out. Now I did turn the heat mat on for 2.5 hours after it was pretty set. Look at that red. That is gorgeous. And then we filled it with the red, and you can see the cured is not quite as gorgeous as it painted on your mold. So that is really pretty. And there's your little heart frame. I'll clean that out. Let's check out the green. Maybe it's easier to flip it over since it's not full. There we go. Ooh, I got a cleaning to do on these. Okay, so here's the green mixed in. This is the back. It's okay. It's not my fave. Depends what you're doing, but that is gorgeous. Mirror Pigments, I think it was called. Perfect for Christmas. I was thinking maybe you could like drill a hole if they don't fit inside each other. I thought if they fit inside of each other, you could drill a hole and dangle them like earrings, you know what I mean? But that's not going to work. All right, let's do this one with the hole maker. So we're just going to pull that hole maker out. We got ourselves a beautiful little hole. Look at that. Maybe I'll take the Cricut and write something on there. That is gorgeous. Look at the beautiful hole. It's shiny. Don't forget, these things are shiny. Well, after I clean it. So you're going to get a shiny finish from the silicone on here. But that red is so pretty. It's much deeper in the resin than it is painted on the mold. So I don't know. My choice would be to paint it on the mold, if that's what you're going for. And then here's the jar. Dish, I should say, not jar. It doesn't have a lid or anything. These are very sturdy molds, put it that way. Very shiny molds. Her silicone is amazing. I don't know what she uses, but it's very clear and very shiny. I got one bubble right there, but that's a cute little jar. Of course, you have all the different sizes. Here's a bigger one if you wanted to use that one. But that green color is gorgeous. Perfect coating. And there's the green in the back. It's not too bad. You've got the yellow tint like you always do. So that's not bad for some other things. Okay, let's move those out of the way and get the conch tray out. This was marbled with the two colors. Oh my gosh, I got so much cleanup to do. And you can't see anything but deep red. You got some green on the back, but yeah, it's okay. It's not too bad. I actually don't have but what, one bubble right there? If that's even a bubble, it might not even be a stone. I don't think a stone fit there, so I don't even have a bubble on the edge. It's not my favorite color in that, but that's okay. Let's see, what do we do next? Let's do this flower. Hopefully the neck of it is going to be okay to unmold. Like I said, it's going to be quite a lot longer. Ooh, 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 ooh. Remember, it's only been 8 hours, so I'm going to leave this flat. Look at how cute that is. Definitely need to make that mold, paint it up, and see what colors we get. I mean, I hate to paint something like that, you know, because it's all the facets, so I don't know. I don't know how I want to do that one. I'll have to think about that, but I need to lay this completely flat overnight until that's completely cured. You know what's shocking? This is the one that I thought was going to flash cure. The owl, 10 ounces deep. It didn't do anything wrong. It's beautifully clear inside. Not one bubble I can see. We'll do that one next. That one's already done. Let's see. This is the duck. How hard is this one going to be to get out? Oh my goodness. I need to get gloves on. I don't want to mess her molds up. Make sure if you have to touch the inside of a mold, you have gloves on. Oh my goodness, this one is not that easy. Oh my gosh. Come on. It is not easy. Kind of got it out. Here we go, here we go. It popped right out. Okay. Please be a good casting. Oh, it is. It's so cute. Oh, I like that one. That is so adorbs. That is so cute. I like it. Now, granted, everything's going to be clear today, but that's okay. I don't need any color to see how beautiful it is. Let's do this one. I got to move some stuff out of my way here. Get these molds out of here. Too much going on. Too much. All right. This is the owl. How hard is this one going to be? Oh, it's pretty soft silicone. And it's pretty thin walled, so it's not too thick around the bird. Let's see what we got. Look at that. That is pretty. It's frosted. It's a matte mold. So it looks frosted with the clear. Wow. We're going to have to pour that with a color. That is gorgeous. Piece of glitter in there. Other than that piece of glitter, it's good. No bubbles anywhere. I can't believe it. So you can pour this big, huge thing. Look at the size of my hand. It's the size of my hand. It's huge. It's nice. It's got a nice weight to it. If you're giving it a gift, it's not going to feel like a piece of plastic. All right, this is a little tray, which I need to let cure overnight. That goes, it's like the lid. They call it the lid, I guess. I don't know. I think there's marks on mine. It's not the perfect casting, but let's see the facets around this edge is what I was worried about the most. And there's no bubbles in them, so you're going to get the sparkle from it. Okay, there's that. I still can't believe this one. It just totally got squished to smithereens. All right, let's move this and get the beast out. This thing looks gorgeous. Let's hope it stays gorgeous after we unmold it. It's been cured and cooled, so it's not bendy at all. It's just got a lot of suction. I hope the front facing is just as beautiful as the back is. Come on, here we go. Oh, let me move this. Look at that. That is so pretty. Oh, I love the white in it. That looks really cool. And then this lid, which I really don't want to put in, is going to fit right here. And I didn't want to do colors in it because I didn't know what color it should have been. Let's flip this over. It's got some stuff on it though, but look at that color. That came out amazing. Every single bubble around the edge is perfect. Around here is perfect. I see no bubbles in it. So maybe we can cast that other jar perfectly fine on the counter. Again, this was the Bond Craftor. It did wonderful. No problems whatsoever. I don't know why they put a Mickey face in there, but they did. And then the outside, you've got the Smurf. Can't remember the name of that one. It's been all day, so you got the white and then transition into the sand, which was the gold. It's beautiful. I do need to trim the bottom a little bit along that edge. The bottom is gorgeous. Oh, it's beautiful. She's going to love it. I already know. I already know. There is that. What do I have to finish today? I have to finish this cross and these pendants that you didn't even see me pour. So if you want to stick around for that, I will do that and get that done. And so I could send that off, get these done so you guys can get these if you order from me. And the rest, I think, is just staying clear so we can cast it. All right, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Apron on tight, little specks of sparkle catching every light. Ocean in a tray, shore in her hands, tiny waves frozen where the sand meets the sand. Pearl white cross on the turnaround stand, purple butterflies like they just land. Flowers in the corners, gentle and sweet, her heart on display in a clear glass sheet. Glitz and glitter, giving God the glory. Hey, hey, hey. Every pour and every piece a little story. Serving the Lord with the work she loves to do. Thankful for this viewer family seeing her through. Glitz and glitter, grace in the resin in the room. Jesus in her heart and the color in the gloom. Marble little pendant swirling like a storm. Blues and golds dancing into something warm. Talking to the camera like they're in the room. Laughing through the silence and the curing fumes. She says y'all are blessings more than you know. Every click, every comment helps me grow. Hands stay busy but the credit goes above. She signs each piece in a whisper of love. Glitz and glitter, giving God the glory. Hey, hey, oh yeah. Every pour and every piece a little story. Serving the Lord with the work she loves to do. Thankful for this viewer family seeing her through. Glitz and glitter, grace and the resin in the room. Jesus in her heart and the color in the gloom. From the first rough mold to the final shine, he's been guiding every line. If you see some light in every cast she makes, it's the Savior shining through the art she creates. Hey, hey, hey. Glitz and glitter, giving God the glory. Hey, hey, hey. Every pour and every piece a little story. Serving the Lord with the work she loves to do. Thankful for this viewer family seeing her through. Glitz and glitter, grace in the resin in the room. Jesus in her heart and the color in the gloom. Glitz and glitter, grace.
I am all finished up. Now, I didn't get the Cricut out and unbury it for one word, so all I did was trim it, put Resin Restore on the backs of everything, and then I took a ribbon and put the ribbon on. So whoever gets this in their package, I'm sure you're craftier. You wouldn't be watching this right now. You could put whatever you want if you want anything. If you don't want anything, then you can leave it plain. So I didn't do anything to that. These I just did the flat back bales, trimmed all the edges. I had to drill 4 of them for the pinch bales because the flat backs didn't fit. But I'm loving all the marbles. And then Irene's cross, which it sounded to me she liked purple, so I kind of just stuck to the purple theme, and I did pink rhinestones, but purples on the butterflies, purples for the word. I just pushed some acrylic paint in there with my squeegee and then washed it off, and then purple and goldish yellow for those flowers and whatever. So I did 4 or 5 different color purples, went around that edge with the purple, and that's it. I forgot to do the inside now that I'm thinking of it, so I will get that done for her. I will give her some purple butterflies in there too before this goes out the door. So that's everything, guys. Thanks for joining me. I know it was a packed video, but now I have to do that. I have to do that one again tomorrow. Man, I can't believe that happened. So strange. Anyway, I will get you some pictures. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you back tomorrow. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings. A masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew. In every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. She sprinkles joy like morning dew. In every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love